Okay, I'm leaving the prison job. This is Monday afternoon. And you may be getting 2 videos from me some days because I'm not looking forward to going home, I guess you could say, to an empty house. Even though the cat's there, you know, y'all know what I mean. I mean, I can't go into it in depth, but most of you know. If someone doesn't know, if this is your first time here, you'll probably figure it out. I'm just not going to. I think I look like I've been, that lipstick may look like I've been kissing somebody. I haven't. Trust me. I haven't. So there's a line. Well, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's hush and get on to Sarasota Dim. So this video is my opinion only. I'm going to give my disclaimer again. My opinion only. I do not hate the man. I do not hate anyone in this world at this time. I dislike some people, but I don't hate them. I don't hate Tim. I'm not going to say even dislike him. I don't know what I don't know what I can say about him other than like Olive Oil. He's a maroon. He's a maroon. He's a Balyaya Kamdia. I can't even say it. Anyway, he's just somebody who just, for some reason, after I watched him a while, he got under my skin and I wanted to talk about it. And you know, I have always said I had a driving force to talk about it. I don't know what it was, but had I not done it, I wouldn't know half of you, and I would even feel worse than what I feel right now. Now, I'm going to go sit over here in the Food Line parking lot and talk to y'all because, you know, I'm not talking to you in my driveway. It's just not what I'm going to do. I started to go downtown, but then I thought, no, I'm going to do it here. I'd rather do it here. I used to go downtown and talk some. And, you know, I need to get it situated where I can do it at home. And that will come in time. I know I say that a lot, but I mean it. I mean it. It will come in time. When I get parked, I'm going to go through my notes because y'all know I don't do that stuff while I'm driving. I did notice how he constantly, I mean, he talks about the way other people drive. Well, the way he comes out of that McDonald's is just, it just amazes me. I mean, I'll just be real with you. It just amazes me that he hasn't already caused an accident. And I'm sure it's a matter of time if he don't start being more careful. All right. So he's back from the cruise. He says he's got it. He's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it. And you know, I expected that. Everybody I know that pretty much goes on a cruise these days, when they come back, they have something. You know, even if it's for a couple of days or something, it seems like they get something, whether it's a little cold or the other stuff, you know, I don't know. It's just, it seems that way. You know, I work with 2 people who goes on a cruise every year. This will be their 18th cruise because I asked him, I thought they were going this week, but it's next week. I keep getting off on my weeks. It's next week, but this will be their 18th cruise. They're going Carnival this time. They have gone Royal Caribbean, but they prefer Carnival. And I don't know why. I did not really ask him why, but that's what he said. Anyway, he says he's got it. Tim's got it. Whatever that is. The sniffles, a cold, the C virus, I don't know. He's got something. So he talks, he complains about the kids. Well, I won't say he complains about the kids, but he mentions the kids. Why are there so many kids? He thought there wouldn't be so many kids on there because they'd be back in school. Well, does he not realize that a lot of kids are homeschooled now? And, you know, they get to take trips all the time. That's just part of the curriculum. So he starts complaining about the entertainment. The entertainment was not up to his standards. I don't know what his standards is. But, you know, after you've been on the same boat, and I don't know how many times he's been on this boat, and they don't change stuff, why would you not go on a different one? He says he loves Royal Caribbean. So go on a Royal Caribbean that is different. Go on, but I mean, my thing is that why not go on a different one? You know, it may go, you know, maybe to someplace you've been before, but go, you know, try to pick out something different. But I know they probably went for the cheapest one that was that many nights, is my guess. I know he said that they went for like $1,800. No way. No way. I priced it. The cheapest I could get it for 2 people was like $2,500. And that was even before you bought any extras, you know, whatever. You know, of course, he wouldn't buy the internet. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not getting on a cruise without the internet. On the entertainment, Love and Marriage show, this show he was offended. Okay, he knew going into that show it was an adult show about newlyweds and people that had been married a long time, and I mean like 25 years. This is going by what he says, 25 years and then up. So he knew all that. I'm cutting this in. So if he knew it was going to be adult material, why did he go if he's going to get offended? And you had to have known that somewhere there was going to be, let me lock my door. Somewhere there was going to be a question about sex. I mean, you've got couples up there that's been married, you know, whether it's a year or less than a year and then a long time. So there is going to be those questions. And you cannot tell me that that's so offended. You know, what I put on my notes was, I guess he can't handle sex talk since he's a born-again Christian. Well, you know, you don't have to partake in it, but you can, you know, what's wrong with, you can't tell me that he's not, you know, that's just, I don't know how to really word it, but that's just ridiculous. Anyway, I put grow up, Tim. And I put, don't go to these shows if you don't think you can handle the whatever they're talking about. Just don't go. Don't go if you can't handle the material. Be in disgust. So anyway, I guess what I said was they didn't ask you to be a star. They didn't ask for the YouTube couple to come up. And I guess that's what got him upset. Okay, he complained he didn't get extra towels for his 3 showers. He had told his little room attendant or whatever they are that, you know, he wanted extra towels, and I don't know if he never got them or he had to remind them or what, but he didn't get them. He probably didn't leave him a tip because of that. And I mean, everybody is trying to save money and trying to cut back. And, you know, I think 3 towels a day is a little extreme, but that's just me. All right. The Grease show. He didn't like that. Well, Grease has been around forever. Most everybody has seen Grease. They may not have seen a musical, but they've seen it on the movie, whatever. You have to know what it's about. He said people were walking out. Well, maybe they were walking out because they were just tired and just, you know, they know what happens. You know, they know. I don't know. And then, of course, he was in the line at McDonald's, and I noticed he did not do the pay it, whatever. He didn't buy anybody else's meals or coffee, whatever it is. He's talking about in another video, he can't remember some of his childhood. And, you know, I know that everybody sometimes blocks things out. He said he remembered junior high. I remember bits and pieces of every stage. I don't remember everything. I'm not telling you that I do. But I do remember, you know, I know what teacher I had in the first grade, and I can remember the classroom, but things that specifically happened, no. I remember the classroom. I can see the classrooms in my mind of every year. I mean, up until we got to high school when we changed. Well, 7th and 8th grade, we did change classes too. But, you know, I'm talking about homeroom. I remember all those. I can see them in my mind right now. I can tell you all my teachers. And like I said, do I remember everything that happened? No, but I remember a lot, especially when you get up to about the 6th grade. I remember a lot. And some of it was good and some of it wasn't. So there you have it. Anyway, he gets onto the news. And of course, I think somebody got to him on this cruise. He was talking to probably some people on political things and, happenings in the world. And I think they scared him. And now he's paranoid. I've always said he's paranoid anyway. But I think they might have maybe made him more paranoid. I don't know. All right. Let's move on. It's getting too long. He was seeing the 9/11 remembrance, and when he first saw it, he thought it was something else had happened. And I'm like, you cannot tell me that you don't remember 9/11. I mean, if you were alive in this country and you were an adult and you don't remember those visions in your head, then I don't know what I can say. And I'm sure there's some that can't, but I just can't imagine. I can tell you exactly where I was and what I was doing. I mean, it's just one of those moments that you'll never forget, I don't think. But anyway, he remembers knowing all his neighbors, and he makes sure he introduces himself to all his neighbors. I know my neighbors. Now, we've got one house where it changes some, and we do introduce ourselves. I always introduce myself. And, when Mom was able, she would. Of course, this last time she wasn't, but I know who they are. I mean, I don't know anything about them, but now on the other side of me and across the street, yeah, we've lived there all our lives. We know each other. And we look out for each other. We definitely do. He talks about Gen Z, or Gen, he didn't know which Gen he was talking about. Says they don't believe in God. I don't believe that. I believe they do believe in a higher power. It's just, I'm not sure they believe in organized religion. That's my thing about it. I think they are skeptical of organized religion, but I do believe they believe in a higher power. He's upset that the government can access his car. Well, he had to have known that when he got a new car, that was something that can happen. Now, he can turn it off. I've heard you can turn it off somehow, but he's going to have to quit, I don't know why I can't. I'm so bad not to be able to think of words, and it makes me think I have cognitive decline. But he can't connect to he won't be able to connect to his car. I know that. So if he wants to connect to that car, then he's just going to have to learn that, there's somebody tracking him or whatever. I mean, I could care less if somebody's tracking me. I mean, as far as the government. Now, if somebody out here personally is tracking me, yeah, I'd be concerned about that. But the government, I'm not doing anything, so what do I care? He says they're listening. They're listening to your conversations. Well, I guess they're listening then. They're pretty bored if they're listening to mine. He says we all need self-protection. I guess he's right, but that's not, as I said before, I'm not going to live in fear. Just not going to do it. And like I said, I've said before, someone got in his head. And he believes that something's going to happen again, like 9/11. Well, we all believe that. I don't know anybody that does not believe that. And when it happens, if it never happens in our lifetime, but I mean, it could and it couldn't. But as I said before, I'm not dwelling on it. I can't change it. I can just look out for myself, my loved ones, and just be done with it. And of course, he says he has his neighbors back. Well, I was watching, I do watch Elevation Church, and I know some people are not really into that church. It's probably more local in North Carolina, out of Charlotte, because it probably is technically, I don't know if it's a prosperity church. I just like the message the minister says. there's none around here. I would have to go to Winston-Salem to go to it, but it's on YouTube. I just like the messages that he puts out. He's always positive. He's not all, negative, but he's also real. But I just like the positivity that he, and one of the things he was talking about in this one that I watched was, know that God has your back. Just remember that God has your back. And that was what I needed to hear. This is what I watched early this morning. And I needed to hear that. Because, it's going to get rough. I feel, well, maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes there's this negative thing in my head that I just feel like something's getting ready to drop. But then there's this other side of me that is, I know that not everything's going to be smooth sailing, but hopefully it won't be anything really, really bad. This video is too long, and I appreciate all of you for watching, and I will talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.